Continuing from part 1 of the Fred and Gary situation in functions, here we have the graph and we need to find where Fred, the function that represents Fred, will meet the x-axis. Or, in mathematical terms, when what the x-intercept of the function and when the value of the function is equal to 0. That is what we're looking for, and on our calculator this is called a 0. So we have to find the 0. Before we find the 0, we need to set up the window so that it includes this. So we're going to go back to the x max. We're going to increase this to 30. And you can see here that the function that represents Fred's money while he's shopping at the mall is right here. Okay. We're going to do calculate, and we're going to do 0. Now, we want to choose an input that is to the left of this and to the right of this. The left bound represents the input to the left. So I'm going to scroll down so that I get as close to that as possible. So there's my left bound. What the calculator is going to do is, after I choose the right bound, it will decide between this input value and this input value what value has, or what input has a value of 0 that's in between these two inputs. Here we go. So x equals 26, and this actually means what you guys like to say, 0.666666666 repeating, actually means 2/3. So this is 26 and 2/3. Remember, x is number of hours, so we're going to interpret that as far as hours. Now, interpreting this in terms of the situation, we have that, I'm just going to try to get this in the screen. There we go, that's better. 26 and 2/3. So Fred will run out of money in 26 and 2/3 of hours, or hours, 26 and 2/3 hours. I don't know why I wrote that and there, not paying attention. And thinking of the situation, let's say he has a budget for Christmas shopping and maybe he wants to shop over a few days, and so he knows that after shopping for 3 days, if he spends a certain amount of money per hour, he's going to run out of money in maybe, 3 days of shopping at the mall. When will Gary have more money than Fred? Okay. In this situation, it's everything to the right of this. Remember that this line represents the function of how much money Fred will have at the mall, and this is how much money Gary will have at the mall. Fred's money is decreasing, Gary's money is increasing, and we have that after this, Gary's money will increase. The value, the amount that Gary has, will increase beyond what Fred has after this solution. And so if we look back, when will Gary have more money than Fred? That is the same as after the 17th hour. So you can say, you can make a note that it's 17.27. That's kind of like the numerical answer, and this means Gary will have more money than Fred after 17.25 hours. So you can see here all of the information that we can find out just by one situation. You will need to know how to interpret a function, write a function based off of a problem. You will have to know how to find the value and what it means, what the problem is asking when it's asking for a value. You'll have to know what the solution means in the situation, and you will have to know what the x-intercept means in the situation for each function, and you will also have to know another interpretation of the solution of values after the solution.